So we've got the game here. Hopefully, let's see, double check that the audio is coming through. It looks like it is. Okay, so let's see what this whole thing is because I have no idea. Well, already I like it. That's really well animated already. Jeez. I love the textures on it, that kind of watercolor. It's slightly shifting. That cloak or clothing motion is so well done. At some point when Cameron has free time, one of the topics that he would or we both would love to talk about is animating clothing, specifically in 2D, but it applies to 3D as well. There's a lot of cool tips and tricks that you can use to make it a lot simpler on yourself. Man, this is really well animated. I'm going to be saving way too many clips of this. This is so well animated. It doesn't even feel like I'm playing a game. It's like, oh, well, I'm strapping in for an awesome cartoon. Really well done. And not just animation wise, like the cloud texture or like a kind of soft texture that's constantly moving throughout the background it just adds a really cool visual touch. It has a Nausicaa feel, honestly. To be fair, a person falling through the sky, that's kind of Nausicaa, but it's also the art. If anyone's seen Nausicaa, you probably remember that opening intro. That's really like it looks like it's drawn in sketches. So well done. It's one of my favorite intros. It has that kind of stylistic feel, which I really appreciate. This is definitely a great master studying lines of action. Oop. I want to see that get up there. Man. Look at that hair overlap even. Oh, I'm gonna be I'm shocked. Like this has been out and I haven't seen this before. Shame on me. This is amazing. The Shapes of Journey. Journey is another game I missed out on, unfortunately. It looked so good. Just look at the cloth overlapping. It's so cool. It makes me want to animate a game. I should get Journey. If it's on overlap. Nice. You just look at that overlap as she stops. Sorry, if you see me keep looking down, it's because I'm saving clips from it. What game is this? This is GRIS. The game info should actually be at the bottom of this stream. If anyone is interested, they can click on the title, and it should give more information on the game. I think. I don't do much gameplay stuff on Twitch, so I'm not 100% sure on that. So pretty. The cinematography is so nice. Right here, just the way the composition all works, it's so cool. You see, I'm already getting to analysis mode. I need to save that for the end, but like, look at that. It's like if you cut it into the rule of thirds, it's almost on a third right there, right in the center. So good. It's actually using the I think the golden ratio for this. That's really cool. Oh. Interesting. Definitely makes me wonder what this world was. I love seeing games like this, just because it reminds me that games can be so much more. And I should let this play out. Aww. That was awesome. The head turns and everything. But what's cool? Because for now we're just walking around. Yeah, so far it's just walking. Ooh, I like this little fairy thing. I really like the way it moves. Like a motion trail. You can even see the keys. Trying different buttons, make sure I don't miss anything. This building has a Steven Universe vibe to it. I like it. Can't jump on these, can I? No. There we go. It's cool that the way they use the environment like that. I've got two little friends. Yay! Oh, that's cool. Need a third. There's my third. I'm just getting lost in the game. I have to remember to communicate. Oh, look at, oh man. That's cool. And it's so simple to, this is what I love about it. It is so simple. It feels amazingly complex. But in animation terms, and this is not to put them down in any way, like that, it's actually genius the way they're doing it. They're using simplicity to their advantage in a brilliant way. So nice. The score is beautiful, yes. The ducking animation is so good. I don't think I can duck here, but when she went down before, oh. I love those little those spheres, how they all just kind of move on their own trails. Wonder how long the game is. Just out of curiosity, I wonder if we'll be able to finish it in one stream or not. I definitely want to finish this now. Scared Ace, hello! Ooh. They're using... that's interesting. Oh, that's really cool. That is really cool. It hasn't told us anything so far, and yet I'm invested. I don't know why. I'll bring back color. That's so cool. It just looks... the depth in there, that parallax scrolling. Oh, feels so good. I love games that don't tell you exactly what to do, but still feel like you want to find out what to do. And that's a hard thing to get right. A lot of games... Interesting. A lot of games will either kind of just tell the player exactly what needs to be done, and then you just do it. And then others try to do this where you kind of just go forward and figure it out. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. They make it so that you have to figure it out on your own, but then as a player you have no motivation to do it because, well, you don't know what's going on. Yeah, this has to be some sort of unity. I agree there. Either that or their own engine. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm collecting these dots. That's telling you how many there are. How high can I get here? About that high. Another game that has a similar effect, or from what I've heard, is Hollow Knight. In terms of like 2D animation that's really well done in a game. That's another one that I've been wanting to play for a while. Oh, can't get up there. Are we making constellations? Ooh. Oh, that's a cool animation. I got interrupted the last time I was talking about it, but they use shapes very well here. I'm trying to grab something on the way down. Nope. Subtle camera pull. That's so cool. The way the music builds up. Oh, I love games like this. Have you played Brothers to Tale? I don't think I've even heard of that one. I'm trying to think if it's... Or Brothers Tale? I'm trying to think if it's the one I'm thinking of. I definitely haven't played it, I don't even know if I'm thinking of the right game, but I remember hearing about it, and that was really good. I'll definitely have to add that to my list. That turn animation, look at that. Man, they really use cinematography well. Well, that's interesting. That's well done. If people, I hear a lot of people go, composition games, meh, it's not needed. Especially when you go to like game analysis channels. There's quite a few that like, a game should just be about gameplay and that's it. But like a moment like that, where you frame it just right, and the title comes in, that composition, man, that sells it. It's similar to Breath of the Wild. For anyone who's played that, it's also in the trailers. The moment where Link runs to the edge of the cliff, and the camera pans back, he's kind of in the lower third, and it shows the land of Hyrule. Moments like that are so masterful. And yes, I did get this game on Steam. They are so masterfully done and so well crafted. It just hits so well. Doesn't mean that the whole game has to be like that, but as if any of you want to become game designers or game animators, keep things like that in mind, because it is amazing. I should probably be going left. It is something that can just enhance a game so much. Yeah, exactly. I agree there. Compositions in games, when it's done right, it just hits you with so many feelings in the best way. You feel sadness, you feel like the beauty, like even here, like the way the mountain is composed in the background, and then like right there, you stand on here and everything lines up. It's at the center of the mountain. They put that tree in just the right spot, because they could have put it anywhere. Like for example, this rock pillar here, I stand in front of that, but it's offset from the mountain. With the tree, when I stood at the tree, I can't go up there, but I stood at the tree and everything lined up. Ooh. Interesting. And the use of music as well. Using music to really sell. That's a cool mechanic here. So this type of gameplay design I love. It's all visual. It's basically letting the player figure it out for themselves without having a big tutorial prompt go, hey, there's wind, you should seek cover. You're in here and you see all of these windmills, they start to wind up, then the flags start to blow, and then in here there's the same little windmill and it doesn't get affected whatsoever. That is really neat. The multiple layers moving in different speeds adds a lot. Yes, the parallax scrolling. That is such a nice detail. I've always loved parallax scrolling ever since the Super Nintendo, when that became a lot more of a thing. I have to just bunker down by the rock here. And then the music design I was talking about, I kind of was talking about that earlier as well. Music design is so good. Like, they don't have to have the music build up as the storm hits, but they do, and it adds so much. It just adds this kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it feel more dramatic in a really good way. And that smoke effect, it looks like they just took an actual smoke and just put it in, but layered it in so beautifully that it just works so well. And Skill, thank you so much for the follow. To be honest, if we remove all the aesthetics and composition, just a walking simulator. Exactly. It's just a walking simulator, and yet I'm totally invested. And to me, like, that is, look at that. It's so beautiful. It's the power of good game design is you can take any format and makes it, if you have good game design, you can take any game format and make it interesting. Because really, when you think about it, you can break down most games into very simple formats. Like, this is a walking simulator. I'm just holding right and then jumping every once in a while. Tetris is a organization simulator. All you're doing, in a sense, is moving blocks left and right and letting them fall into the ground. That's it. There's not much more to it. Yet, Tetris is a lot of fun. I grew up on Tetris. For me, I played Tetris. Cameron played Dr. Mario. Tetris is a very basic game, but it's so well designed. No. It's so well designed that you don't care that it's simple. It's just fun. It doesn't need to be more complex than it is. And you have a lot of, for example, Tetris clones. You have browser Tetris. You have Tetris on different platforms. But honestly, not many of them even come close to beating the Tetris on the NES. Just because the Tetris on the NES was so well designed gameplay-wise. It felt good to play. I've played Tetris on other consoles and stuff, and they are just not as fun. I can't get into the game because it doesn't handle. Oh, that is creepy and really awesome at the same time. And again, look at that composition, perfectly centered on the whole screen. What was that? A save point, I'm assuming? Let's see. If it's possible to go out in the storm. You can. It blows you down, which is really well done. Let's see. I was making my showcase form start again. What length or multiple of shots do you suggest? Ooh, so for a show reel. Is this 2D or 3D with 2D shader? I believe the character is 2D, definitely. So let's answer that first, and then we'll go into the show reel stuff, because that's a longer topic. So the character looks like they're 2D. It looks like it's different animations that kind of blend slightly into each other. The background elements are most likely 2D, layered over top. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was kind of created in a 3D environment so that they can overlay things correctly. Play VR. I do have a VR headset, and there are a few VR games that I would love to go over at some point. That would be fun. I just don't know if I have the room where I am right here, which would be my streaming setup, to actually get it working. But I would love to. Like, there's some Star Wars stuff in there, as well as the how do I get to that? There you go. That's how I get to it. There's some Star Wars games in there, as well as the Half-Life demo. That would be really cool to go over. Can I get higher? How do I break it? Might have to come back. Okay, it's not the storm. Yeah, I do have I have a whole bunch of old consoles as well. So they're actually hooked up to that, so I can play them on an old TV. In terms of the show reel, a show reel is simple in the sense, so I'm assuming by show reel you mean your demo reel for applying to a studio. Almost there. Oh, couldn't quite make it. So there's a few simple rules when applying or putting together a show reel. One is, and this is the most important one. It's gonna be so hard to get through this topic without getting distracted. Well, that's it. That was unexpected. So cool. Okay, I'm gonna I want to look at the animation, but I wanted to do it where it's a little closer. There we go. Okay. That is so well done. You don't need to be inside anymore. Yes, I'm free of the wind. There we go. That's such a cool... Just the way it's animated, you can feel that overlap in their hair. Her hair just goes for one frame. So well done. And even when she's in the block form, you can still feel her breathing. Man, that is so cool. And Felicia, hello! So, demo reel. There's a few basic rules. First rule, it should only be your best work. Your demo reel will only be as good as the very worst work on it. So, if you have amazing work, Pixar quality animation, but you go, maybe I'll just put in my student shots as well, just because more work, it's going to show more of my history as an animator. They won't... hey, I can actually walk with that. Man, look at the that overlap in the block. You can see it. For anyone doing a walk cycle, you can this is your rotate Y. You can actually see it in action right there. Look at the composition. So good. It's like seeing stills of an animation. Man. This game is too good. So, yes, and the box weight is just like, and then you walk with it. It's just so heavy. Whee! Onward, friend. So, only your best work. If you have Pixar quality work, but you have a student shot as well, that's the shot they're going to judge you on in terms of your animation skill. They're going to kind of want to drop in that hole first. They're going to look at your work and go, okay, that's their level of quality. Now, the reason that's important is that it's not so much that they will go, oh, well, that's the best that they can animate. No, they can see that you've done Pixar quality work as well. But when you put a shot that isn't as good, what it tells the recruiters is, ooh. That's so cool. Oh boy. into darkness we go. This is so cool. Ooh. I love the cinematography of this. Just everything about it feels so visually interesting. I can break jars, haha. Oh. That's interesting. What having this is gonna be a fun slide, I think. Having lower quality work, it creates the feeling that you don't have an eye for animation. It tells the recruiters that, or the recruiters assume that you aren't able to tell what makes good animation and what makes less good animation. So, with your reel, only put your best work. That's rule number 1, and it's a very important one. Okay, rule number 2, keep it short. Recruiters don't need to see a 2 or 3 minute reel. Honestly, like anything more than that is just overkill. Don't try to aim for a 5-minute reel or a reel that is just overly long. Instead, aim for a reel that is just your best work and keep it as short as possible. A 30-second demo reel of your best work is going to be better, way better than a 2-minute reel of only of all of your work. So I kind of feel bad for breaking that. I just wanted to see if it was possible. Now I feel bad. I wonder if there's something for breaking all of those. For anyone who doesn't know, if ever you see like rocks balanced like this, specifically if you're, I think it's not a Canadian thing, but a North American Native American thing. These are called inukshuks. When you see rocks piled up and then the arms sticking out from them, they're really cool. There's a lot of them in my area. If you go walking in the woods, you'll see them every so often. Yeah, so almost there. Yeah, there we go. Gotta build up that momentum. So cool. Oh no, I need one more. No wait, maybe I can do 2 on the left side. Yes, haha. So I was talking about rule 2, keep it short. Your reel should really just be as long as it takes to get all your best work in there. If it ends up being 20 seconds, still better. So even even having well, nowadays, like even a 2-minute reel of amazing work, that's still a lot of recruiters aren't going to appreciate a huge reel. Try to keep it a minute and a half to 2 minutes at most. Is just keep it, like, think of just the society in general. As a society, we tend to favor shorter things, YouTube videos, shorter clips, versus looking at really long things that, like, 5 minutes just to see one thing. That didn't time that well. So we want to keep it short. They're going through a lot of reels. We shouldn't overload the recruiters. And I have played Ori. I actually played it on stream a long time ago. And never got to finish it, unfortunately. I loved it. And now there's the next one that's out. I so want to play it. I need to finish that game. And usually it's being studied that if people's attention is not captured in the first 10 seconds, they move on. That's why ads in YouTube are sometimes 5 to 6 seconds long. Exactly. Now, that actually goes on to rule 3 of the demo reel, which is on your demo reel, you have your best work. Your very best work should typically be first on the reel. You want to dazzle and wow the recruiters right from the start. Just put your absolute best shot number 1. Now, this is a subjective rule, so that's not rule number 3. Rule number 4 is, where do you put your second best shot? And this is subjective. Some people say that it should be your second shot on the reel. So you have your best shot first, second best second, to keep the audience's attention on your reel. There's also a thought that the second best shot should be at the end of the reel, so that as the recruiter watches the shot, you want to leave them with the feeling of, ooh, I want more. So if you put all your best work at the beginning, you front load it, that'll keep their attention. But then when they end the reel, they're not going to be left with that. They're going to remember the last shot most because that's the last thing they saw. So you'll leave them with a kind of, like, it was good and then it got okay, which is not to say there's a huge discrepancy in the work, but it can sometimes make it feel like, okay, it was good at the beginning, but trailed off there at the end. So if you put your best work first, then you fill the reel with all your others, and then you put your second best last, that makes it so that when they look at your reel, they're left with this, like, whoa, like, you leave them with this tantalizing bite that they want to go over. Let's see. So those are kind of the base rules for reels. So in terms of length and all of that, don't worry too much about what do I need to do here. I have to lower both of them, but I can't go in the... Oh, wait, there you go. That's what I thought. I guess I just had to align myself. So definitely don't feel like you have to make a super complex, super long reel when you're working on your stuff. Something short, just your best work, is often going to be much much better for you. Now, there are smaller rules for demo reels. So, for example, don't put swearing in it if possible. Keep it. Now, this is more studio specific, but you just want to make sure that you're not being offensive with the stuff on your reel. This is basically, you don't know what the sensibilities of the recruiters are going to be, so you want to play it safe. Now, like Marissa, you mentioned there, Sir has swearing in his demo reel a long time ago. That's fine. Like, there's nothing. Oh, am I gonna have to hurt this thing? No. It's technically not wrong. It's. Oh, I feel bad. Oh, I set him free. Okay, I don't feel so bad now. Well, not set him free. It looks like a hermit crab. But oh, the animation. Gotta stay on track here. Keep getting distracted by pretty game. A lot of recruiters aren't going to mind swearing, or they're not going to mind violence. For example, let's say I'm applying to work for the next Doom game, or something like that. I don't think they're going to mind if I have a little extra violence on my demo reel, because that's the point of the game. It's to be violent, and to have these strong impacts and this feeling of strength throughout the whole thing. I just want to double check one thing back here. So that's not going to be a problem. But if I apply to maybe the studio that makes Paw Patrol, a kids film or a kids series, they'll see the extra violence, go, nah, no. So is it a bad thing to have it? Not necessarily, but it limits you. Now, if I have good animation, like a violent shot that is not overly violent, not extremely excessively gory, well, I can still apply to id Software, who does Doom, and they'll see that and they go, oh, it's well animated. The animation is cool. There's just less blood in it. But they'll still be impressed by that. And studios like Paw Patrol, or that create Paw Patrol, are not going to be put off by how violent it is. So, I'm not the violent type, so swearing and violence is a no-no. Exactly. So, you never know who the recruiter is going to be, and what they will like and what they don't want to see. That's so cool. So is it a bad thing? No, but you can play it safe. Just to make sure that you're not limiting your own career. Yeah, exactly, Sin. It's not a guarantee that you won't get the job. Not at all. It's more just playing it safe. Okay, do I have to jump? I love how when she lands, she's that little overlap at the bottom, or overshoot. Now I know I missed some stuff in the chat here above, so I'm gonna go back for it in just a second. There was a question about music. Do you use music in a demo reel? Oh, I know what I need to do. That's so cool. I love how they just use the different elements. Feels like I should be able to get to that tree there. Oh, I know. Oh. How do I get up to the top there? Let's bring this down, and I need to get up there. I run fast enough? Maybe. Maybe. Almost there. There we go. So, music on your reel. Yes and no. So, similar to the violence and content of the reel, music is subjective. So, you want to be very careful with what music you put. Anything with like hard rap or death metal, something like that, is less likely to impress a wide variety of people. Some people will love it and be really impressed that you put that on your reel. Others, the moment they hear it, they'll just hit the mute button, which means that as soon as you get to a dialogue shot, they're not listening anymore. You don't want that. So typically, if you're going to put music that is kind of, for lack of a better term, generic. It doesn't have to be boring, but just kind of music that most people will be okay listening to. The other thing with music is that be careful how it plays with your reel. Now, this is twofold. One is you want to make sure that the music is well balanced to your reel. So, for example, that you have audio ducking when your dialogue shots come in, that you make it so that it's not too loud or too quiet, so people don't have to raise and lower the volume on their devices, whatever they're playing it on, whether it's a computer, phone, or tablet. You want to make sure that the volume level is comfortable. There's a lot of extra work that goes into getting music working. It's similar to lighting in a shot. I'll just add lights to a shot. Well, now you have to think of the composition of the lights, the shadows, everything. It's not just a matter of adding lights and done, haha. There's a whole thing that goes into it. Does it mean that you can't light your shot? No, it's just more to think about. What you need to do with music is really think, how does it play with the reel? How does it interact with other sources? And does it actually impede the reel? So what I mean by impeding the reel is, I feel like I have to get higher here. So by impeding the reel, I feel like I'm missing something. Can't quite get up on. Oh wait, here. There we go. Look for the subtle lines. So impeding the reel. Sometimes you'll put dialogue or music in a shot, and not quite enough. You'll put music in a shot, and in certain areas it'll make the shot really cool. Maybe you've got a really funny shot and the music is kind of funny, and yay, it makes it better. It just feels cooler. But then other times you'll put in your funny music and it works with one shot, but then when you look at your other shots in the demo reel, maybe you've got a really sad shot, and that composition, you got a really sad shot. Well, now you put in that happy music, and that was really cool. You put in that happy music, you're just going to be killing the mood of the sad shot. So be very wary. The color transition here is so cool. Be very wary of what the music does to every shot. Play through your reel and really see if you're actually gutting the feeling. It can enhance a reel and just as easily destroy a reel. So be careful of that. gaming bowl looks so much more relaxed. Typically when I game, I tend to relax quite a bit. I am not usually. I'm trying to think of even if I'm not a stressed out gamer. So what I mean by that is usually when I play, it's very rare that I get stressed out in any way by a game, even if the controls are horrible and super frustrating. Usually it's just more of a challenge. Yeah, no salt, exactly. I have a very low sodium intake. Ooh. More color, yes. Oh, this is so cool. That cape billowing. So cool how it just adds to the world. And like now the world just has green in it now. So yeah, be careful with music. I'm not gonna say no. Like honestly, I prefer reels with music. They are more interesting visually. They keep the attention better and overall just kind of feel nice. But it is not a requirement. Now there was a few other questions. Would you recommend using dialogues from popular movies and series? Ideally, no. If you can avoid it, try. Oh, there's birds now. Yay. If you can avoid it, try to not use anything that has interesting. Oh, that music. I'm building a pathway to the clouds. So if at all possible, and look at that, even the composition, this little sphere or sun, maybe it's the sun, when you stand right there, it's just perfectly centered with everything. Masterful. I did want to go back where we were before and explore a little bit more. Topic, we were talking about popular movies. So the problem with popular movies is that you'll automatically be compared to the film, which is not good. You don't want to have your animation compared to popular films. It just makes it a hassle to deal with because recruiters. Oh no, I can't go back in. No. Guess I'll have to replay this. Okay, that's interesting. I don't mind. I'm gonna be replaying this anyway, just to experience it again. If you take popular clips, so for example, let's say I take a clip from Star Wars, any of the Star Wars films. Those are very popular films. There is a very deep love and emotion that goes with them. They're also in the mind's eye of the public currently, which means keep running. If you take clips from, let's say, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, great dialogue clips from there. The dialogue in that show is on point. It is so good. But a lot of people are watching it and know exactly the scene and the moment from that dialogue, which so cute. What that means is that if you take a clip of dialogue from there, the moment people watch your scene, They're not going, oh, this is a really cool scene. Oh, that's a really nice animation. They're going, oh, wait, I know this. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that's it. Yeah, I remember that moment. And now they're not focusing on your shot anymore. They're focusing on a totally different topic. Or worse, they're comparing. Whereas like, ooh, I remember that scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That was really funny. Let's see what the animator does with this and see if it's just as funny. You're putting a needless comparison, which is not good. Let's see. And more chances of someone using the exact same dialogue and doing a much better job with it. Or recruiters are like, oh wow, this again. Yeah, exactly. Popular clips and popular shows are popular for a reason. People like them. So that means more people will be likely to use it, which means recruiters will see it more, which is ideally, again, it just adds more comparison. We don't want that. It's similar to how we never ever want to use clips from, oh, it's so pretty, distracted bow. We don't want to use clips from animated films or animated sources, because now you are going to directly contrast existing animation. Ooh, that's cool. It's Mega Man. We want to be careful with that dialogue. Now, is it totally like unacceptable to do that? No. If you have a really good idea and you really, really like a clip, you can take a popular clip. Just be aware that it comes with oh, he's so adorable. It comes with potential issues down the road. Ideally, try to pick something that is not well known, that's kind of obscure, either films that not many people know about, or old films, not so old that it's like 1920s. You don't have to go that old, but just things that aren't in the mind's eye right now, or things that aren't super popular. And this is tricky because you never know what is super popular or what was super popular. For example, yeah, that's a good point there with what Sin was saying. So on the first topic, how do you know what was popular? That's tricky because, for example, Harry Potter is very popular. But nowadays you're seeing kids who have never seen Harry Potter and don't even know what it is. Is that a bad thing? No, that's society and life. People grow up and they watch new things and learn new things. But what it means is that, let's say animators in 10 years, the new animators, they find this clip from, oh, this really cool wizardy movie. Let's animate that. Well, it's Harry Potter. And they don't realize just how popular Harry Potter was. That means that they're going to be using this clip that the recruiters, who are typically older, who have grown up with Harry Potter, will go, oh wait, that's Harry Potter. So it's what happens. I don't want to live in this world anymore. Unfortunately, I've seen it happen more and more, about like kids not knowing what Harry Potter is. It's so sad because like I grew up with Harry Potter. I was at that, like when the first book came out, it was just when I was at wizarding age. And now there's kids who don't know what that is. It's like, oh no, why? So it's something that we have to be aware of when we're choosing our dialogue is, okay, I don't know where this is from, but double check where it's from, and then make sure make sure you double check your sources. So for example, I've never seen The Big Lebowski, but it's apparently a really popular movie. A lot of people know and can quote that film. So if I found a dialogue clip in it came from The Big Lebowski, I would want to make sure. Oh, it's a square apple. I would want to make sure that I just do a Google search. Oh, Big Lebowski, what's that? And look it up. See if there's kind of this following online, or this kind of, is it a cult classic kind of thing? Let's see. That's one thing I'm proud of. I have a library of TV shows I used to watch back in 2001 that no one knows about. Like literally, I found 9 people in the whole world who remember one of my favorite TV shows. Yeah, like sometimes you find really good TV shows that no one knows about. Like, for example, Dirk Gently, which for anyone who doesn't know, this is one that Sin recommended to me. I highly, highly recommend it. It was amazing. It is adorable. That little creature there. But I have no idea what their name is. They're following me and hiding. But they like apples. So Dirk Gently. This TV show that is really well done. It's got a lot of good, amazing lines of dialogue. But honestly, not that many people know about it. It's kind of an unknown. So again, I would watch online because you can always get a cult classic that not many people know about, but is still kind of well known. So it's tricky. I'll just put it that way, because we could keep talking about that kind of stuff for a long time, but it's tricky, and we want to watch that we don't accidentally hurt our reel by taking a clip that is just like a cult classic. Oh, are you all full now? Oh, look at him. This game is so cool because it's just using basic shapes a lot of the time. Like, that little creature was just a square. I'd also watch showcase reels from schools and see what they have done there and avoid it at all costs. Yes. Once again, that's basically the don't take things from animated sources. We don't want to take films. We don't want to take all of these things. But look up school show reels. Find out what they've done in there and don't take those, because those are going to be shots that recruiters see. And the recruiters will see those shots and compare those shots. So try to avoid, again, unnecessary comparison. That's kind of the big thing. Oh, he's adorable. He mimics me. Okay, do I have to bring him up? Wait. There we go. Up you go. Up you go. Oh. So it turns out my favorite YouTube streams, what if I took a scene from his streams? He's super funny. That would be totally okay, as long as it's not super popular. So for example, if you took it from Markiplier. Markiplier has millions of subscribers. Now, to be fair, his user base is kind of a younger audience. So it wouldn't be terrible. But again, if possible, if you can find a YouTuber that has a smaller following, it's going to be better because less people have heard about them. So it's just a matter of Our next shots will be of your audios. If anyone does shots of my audio, I would be like, that would be awesome. That would be so weird. And then people are going to be like, wait, I know this guy. That would be so weird to see a shot with my voice. But but yeah, so with YouTubers, it's the same thing. Just watch out for, oops, here I have a little apple. Watch out for the popularity of things. For example, PewDiePie, one of the biggest YouTubers. You'd probably want to avoid clips from him if possible. Does it mean you can't do it? No. It's just it'll be more easily recognizable. Oh, he rolls down the hill. Isn't that popular? He only has 2 million subs. That's still pretty popular, but yeah, definitely not as popular. So, let's see. Here we go. Come on, let's give you an apple. Let's see, I'm trying to think. There was another question above, in terms of, let's see. Do you put breakdowns like blocking, spying, ref? I heard it's good to put it in students' reel to prove that you know the workflow. No, if you're putting in, if it's your demo reel, you don't put breakdowns. That's not the point. Now, this is where you can split things. You could have a reel. This would be your working reel that you send to studios. That you can send to, that would have just your shots, nothing else, and that's what you send to the studios. But what you can have is on your website, which is good to have your own website just to put stuff on. You can have your reel, and then you could have a workflow reel that shows your breakdowns. That you don't send to recruiters, but when you give your recruiters your website and your contact information, they can access it. They will. Recruiters do check your background and all of that stuff. But when they check that out, they'll see your progress reel if they're interested in checking it out. This way, you're not putting stuff in that people don't. Oh, another cute little friend. You're not putting in stuff that people don't want to see. You're keeping things short and concise, but also letting them see it if they are interested. And then I'm planning on taking a break from AM after summer term, as I am back at university. What do you think would be a good practice for returning to AM next spring? I would be returning to advanced acting if all goes to plan. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good question. Good practice. And Tiggy, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. So, oh wait, since we're still on dialogue, let me go over this here. I think though streams is way more forgiving because they stream so much, there's not so many chances that people will actually remember exactly where it's from. Yeah, so streams are a little bit more forgiving, mostly because it's not recorded as well. So even though they recognize the voice, there's not this ability to just go, oh, I know exactly what episode that is, let me check that out. It's a moment in time, which is a little easier to kind of get away with, and like you said, not everyone would have seen it. Whereas a YouTube video can be rewatched many times over and over and over. Oh, he gave me a little present. Thank you, little friend. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other. You should play Abzu next. I should play Abzu. I've heard a lot of good things about that. So let's see. I'm trying to think of. Okay, so the next question here is, how to prepare for advanced, I think it was intro to acting. mark that you said, or I forget already. My memory is terrible. Returning to advanced. Okay, no, you're going to advanced acting. So, Detroit Human. I've seen people play Detroit Human, and it definitely looks stressful just because you have all those decisions to make. So advanced acting. The first thing I would recommend, you've got a lot of time here before your next term, so you're taking a break. You're going to be away from AM for a little bit. You could still join the community and all of that. You're not going to be separated from it, but you are going to be kind of not having to worry about assignments. So take that time. Take that time between terms to find dialogue clips. Find as many dialogue clips before the term starts, and even start coming up with ideas for them. Don't wait until the start of the term to find the dialogue clips. That is a good way to just stress yourself out. The more dialogue you can find... Oh, that's cool. See, this is the game teaching... Sorry, a little distraction here. The game teaching you without telling anything. The game is forcing you to jump here. You can't progress without jumping, so you jump. And you see that tree change. And then you go, oh, interesting. Let's go back. Oh, I have to jump again. Ah! Now I see the pattern. So, let's see. And do you have the VOD of you animating the horse quadruped? It's not online, but I do have it. I could try re-uploading it for you if you'd like. We were talking about advanced acting. So, we want to, or you would like to, or ideally, it would be best to plan out and prep for the term before it even starts. So find a dialogue clip, figure out what you want to do with the dialogue clip in general, and try to come up with more ideas than you need. Like, the assignment will ask for 3 different shot clips. See if you can make 5 or 6, if not more, if you have time for it. And just take your time with it. But this way, when you get into class, you've got some ideas. You can brainstorm with people beforehand. And really just... Okay, this is going to be the puzzle. We've got a puzzle in. Okay. No. Whoa. Almost stepped off there. There we go. I want to go over here first. So, prep your dialogue and ask people what they think about the audios. Exactly. So that was going to be the next thing. As you're planning all of this, as you're finding your dialogues, all of that stuff, ask people, talk to people about these ideas. Don't just go in and, yeah, this is good. I'm all set for the next term. No, go through and really think of it as, even if you're not in a term, treat it like you are in a sense. So you want to ask for feedback. What do people think of the dialogue clip? What do they think you could do better with the dialogue? Do these shot ideas read? Is your shot clear? All of these things we want to make sure work before progressing forward. So you can take that time to basically prep yourself for the term. This way, when you jump in, you can focus 100% on your animation. Now, the next thing that you can do... Let's see. So... Oh, wait. I think I'm going about it the wrong way. The next thing you can do is try to address your weaknesses. Try to address your weaknesses. So what this means is, for example, let's say you struggle a little bit with we'll say you struggle with body mechanics. Specifically, you struggle with things feeling spliny, kind of soft and too light. Well, try to address that. Take that time when you're in the break to really focus on those elements, to understand how they work. Now, you also mentioned that you're going to be taking intro to acting first before you take the break. In that case, that means that you're going to animate one dialogue shot before you get to advanced acting. You'll have done one shot. Okay, that's not enough to really properly understand how to animate dialogue. But before you get to advanced acting, do more dialogue shots just on your own, and they don't have to be long ones. Just do it like a dialogue shot of someone's going hello, just that. Animate the word hello, or hi there, that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be long, complex dialogue shots, but try to understand a dialogue workflow. Ooh, oh, it's so pretty. I should have watched the tutorial. Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice that if you just stand there, she has this nice little hair motion. Okay. Which button was it? Now I should have looked at the stream replay. Actually, do I have it up here? I'm gonna see if I actually have the recording. See if I can find the button press. I think it was too late. Oh, is it on the red leaves? Or wait, maybe it's just the double jump that I have. I thought maybe I had the super jump as well. So pretty now. I feel so light. I will be doing 2 acting shots for university, so I will still be animating assignments. Okay, so that's perfect then. Are these certain things that you recommend that is not doing a fully planned shot? I feel like I'm so focused on my shot that I don't try to learn new techniques. Yes, so that's the big thing, is don't worry about doing full planned shots. That will come with time, and you'll have your chance to work on those when you go into class 5 and with your university. Instead, take any extra time you have to do the composition's so cool. Take the time you have to instead do small shots, like 100 frames. That's a big one. Try to do shots that are just 24 frames or 48 frames long, nothing more. That's it. Okay, so the butterflies there, and that's going to help you learn a lot more. And it doesn't have to be a full body, just the head. Animate just the head, just the face, just like do an expression test where a character looks to one side and then another, or goes from happy to sad, just anything like that, and don't spend a ton of time on it. You will grow much faster that way. See, a cool thing to do is like animate a reaction and really polish the eyebrows, for example. Yeah, so exactly that. So don't worry about trying to do complex full body shots every single time, because that takes time and you get less practice in the things that you might want to actually practice in, like the face. So just focus on just the face. It'll progress your skills much faster, so that when you do get to class 5 and you're working on this 12-week shot, you're not struggling with trying to figure out, how do I animate the face, how do I animate all of these elements. You're focusing entirely on, how do I make a fun and interesting shot. Oh, too late. The game is making me sad. Right now it's raining outside and my dog is literally relaxing on the window ledge, looking at the window while making a pillow. Aw, that's adorable. The music is definitely kind of morose. Not really, like, it's not like the super sad, but it is kind of the, I don't know, memories sad. Like memories of days gone by. Ooh, I'll catch it. Not quite right. Whee! Oh shoot, I should have gone to the right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be downloading the soundtrack for this after. Definitely has a beautiful beautiful element to it. There's gonna be so many things to analyze. Wait, I want to go down. This is the problem with me playing games, is that oftentimes I have to explore everything. So I keep going, like, I have to go backwards in a game so often. The ending is probably my favorite. Okay, so definitely gonna have to look at that. I wonder if we'll get to the ending. I doubt it. I think the game is longer than 2 hours. But let's see. We were talking about other things you can practice. So yeah, do quick practices. Don't worry about long practice. That's not necessary. The other thing, let's see, what else can you do? The other thing you can do is, even though you're not currently an animation mentor, you could do this at your university as well, if they have something for it. Keep giving critiques. Keep being active in the community. Do the post 5. Oh boy. Do the post 5 every week. Give comments to people. It might seem like it's, I don't want to say a waste of time, but like you could be doing other things, but it's so important that you keep that up, and don't fall into the habit of not commenting on people. I have not played Sky. I'll have to look that up. Oh, and yeah, watch the resources on the AM site. So if you can, go over the AM site. Just watch all the resources you can. Now, to be fair, you're going to be in university, so you're going to be dealing with a lot of resources already. Oh, composition. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Their animations for cloth and for these organic shapes is so well done. So I know, so good is basically all. It's the only words to describe it. Look at all the shapes, even just the head motions of the bird. So cool. Nice. That was a good fake out there. I love how when she goes through the air, there's that slight spin to the cloak. So good. Man, there's gonna be so many clips I'm gonna want to analyze from this. Why does today have to be the day that I have a timeline or like a deadline on this? Look at that. That weight in the bird. So good. I will use you. Use your attack against. Trying to think if there's any other things you can do while you're on break. And these things kind of go for everyone. Like the types of exercises you do, the types of things that you work on when you're on break from AM, and this goes for any school as well. It's not just Animation Mentor. If you're gonna take a break, don't just stop completely. Part of the break is getting away from things and refreshing yourself. So don't feel like you have to work constantly and extremely hard all the time. But try to stay in the community. Try to keep commenting on people. Try to just be. Oh shoot! Mistimed that. Try to do some small exercises. Don't do long shots. Just little things. Focusing on the things you struggle with the most. That can be very helpful. If you're struggling with spacing, just do some spacing exercises. Do some master studies. That's the other thing. There you go. I knew there was another thing. Do master studies. If you've got some extra time, find some dialogue clips, in your case, some dialogue clips that you really love. Study them, break them down, maybe even try reanimating just a short clip of the dialogue you really like to kind of capture the way they animate the dialogue. That composition is so... oh boy. Again, look at that composition right in the center. So pretty. Master studies are really helpful. So if you do master studies and kind of reanimate a clip from an animated film, that is not a bad thing at all. We talked about not using animated clips before. The reason it's not a bad thing is that you're never going to show it publicly. It's just there so that you learn. so that you can understand, okay, they did this. Let's see if I can recreate that. Oh, that's how I would recreate that. Okay, now you've got a new tool that you can apply to your own shots and kind of rework and tweak for later use. Let's see. Looked over at the wrong time. Will dailies still be available to me on break? Obviously, the AM current students would go first. Yes. So you have full access to all the Q&As even when you're on break. Oh boy. Hello, bird. Let's ring this bell. Get to the side here. How did bell to ring? Maybe it's the smaller bells first. What would it be? The bird only comes up when I'm up here. Oh wait. Perhaps they just have to be on this side? No. Wonder if it's dropping down. Nope. That bird is so good. I agree there. So cool. It's almost ringing when he blows against it. Oh, do I just have to time this right? No, that's not quite right. Oh wait, maybe it's not these smaller bells, is it? No. Got a slam in a corner? Corner of the bell, you mean? Splatoon 2. Splatoon is another game that I need to play. Keep mistiming that. So I just knocked. Oh wait, is it moving more? No, it keeps resetting. So it resets the bell there. Let's see. I feel so silly. Oh. Let's see. So you blow the bell. Evening, Cicada. Hello, Cicada. Why am I not understanding this? But the bird is blowing the bell. Supposed to hit it down. But looking for a while, really enjoying your analysis. Oh, thank you. It appears on both sides. Maybe you can kite it from side to side. It only goes on both sides when I go down off of it. Which by the time I do that, I think the bell would stop. Could be a thing. The bell isn't affected by my jumping. Is it just my running? No, I have to overlap the bell, but the physics are not moving. What is it? Okay, go on that side. Oops. I don't know. Can I get to the bird maybe? I don't think I tried that. Oh, there you go. I just had to go towards the bird. That's what it was. I was focusing on the bell, not the bird. Ta-da! Focusing on the wrong thing. There we go. Pretty path. I wonder what new color we'll get. Blue? Is it gonna be red, green, blue? Or maybe yellow? Yellow is close to green, so I'm assuming it'll be blue. The artwork is really well done. Yeah, blue. I love that effect. So well done. That kind of smoke in water effect. So pretty. Oh, now we get rain too. I like how it's not just bringing the color back. It's bring back elements that have the color. Like when we brought green in, it brought back the trees and the nature of things. And now we've got blue back and we've got water. It's not that we're just bringing the color to a grayscale world. We're bringing the world back. Oh, that's cool. Oh wait, there's birds there. Or butterflies, I should say. Oh, that's really cool. Just so pretty. is cool because it's just an offset in the animation, but it makes such a big difference the way it kind of runs along the top of the tree. Oh, missed. And even the little water drops are so well done. Almost there. No. So close. Actually, I should check something. Hello? Yeah. I do want to get that. We'll try one more time. If I miss it, then we'll move on. Because unfortunately, I have a meeting that I have to prep for. And I do want to get through some analysis, the proper analysis, before I have to go. So I'll try to get back to the main area here, and then we'll do some analysis. We've got so many clips to go through. We'll just have to pick our favorite ones. There we go. That's better. Bird hands down. Yeah, that's probably going to be one of the first ones we look at. That one and some of the basic motion stuff, because the basics motion stuff, it's stuff that as a player we have to see throughout the whole game. And because of that, there's a specific kind of mentality that has to go into it. It's something that has, like, for main gameplay animations, it has to be something that stands out, that makes your character unique, but isn't so complex and so sorry, where I'm looking for, distracting, that as a player we are constantly being distracted by it, kind of drawing our attention in the wrong way. So it is stuff I do want to look at right there. Nice. Hey, we made it back. This place is so different now, I didn't recognize it at first. Are we making our path up to the clouds? Oh. So cool.